and welcome back. In this video, I'm going to show you how to combine our drum loop that we made earlier with the drum rack, and then group them together, and then add an overall compressor to get them all working nicely together. Yeah, so that's what I'm going to show you now. So I'll get cracking on. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is mute the drum rack. Okay, and then we're going to unmute the drum loop. All right, so we're going to play. I'm going to play the clip from the drum loop. Okay, so that's the drum loop that we made earlier on in our earlier video. So next thing I want to do, I want to drop an 8-band EQ onto that channel. Yeah, so we're going to effects, going to audio effects here, and then we go down to where it says EQ8, right? So we want to highlight that, and we want to drag and drop it onto the drum loop channel. Yeah, and there you go, you see that it appears down here. So I'm going to play the beat. So the purpose of this really now, we want to try and take out as much of the low frequencies from this loop as possible, because we're going to be using the kick, the snare and the hi-hats from the drum rack. Okay, so we're going to use all the low end frequencies from the drum rack basically. So I'm going to get rid of all the low end frequencies from the drum loop, so we can allow room for the drum rack to kick in. So I'm going to bring it down to around about here, and what I'm going to do now, I'm actually going to unmute the drum rack. Okay, now I'm going to play the drum rack and the drum loop together and see what comes out. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to just audition some of the sounds in the drum rack and see what other, there might be some other kicks that might sound a little bit better, or another clap that might sound better, or so we'll just play around and see what we can come up with. Okay, this one doesn't sound too bad, number 86. For the kick, let me just solo what we got here. Okay, I'm gonna try playing around with the claps and snares and see if we can get a better one. So at the moment, we've got the claps and snares on 112. So let me unsolo that. I'll start from 0. See, okay, that doesn't sound too bad. I'm going to solo it again and play it. I want to see if we can get a better closed hi-hat. Let me see. It's not making a great difference within the mix, especially combining this with the drum loop. You don't really hear it too much anyway, so it's probably best to just keep this hi-hat to a quite minimal sound. I just kind of let the drum loop hi-hats do the work. Yeah. What I'm going to do as well, I'm going to go into the drum rack clip. I just want to take a look at the kicks. What I want to do, because I think a lot of these kicks that I have in here could extend. I know they're quite long notes, so I'm going to extend the notes a little bit and just see if it makes it any difference. Yes, it does. Yeah, as you can see, it sounds a lot fatter now. So I'm just going to fully extend it. Okay, so that sounds pretty good actually. So I'm going to roll with that for now. What I'm going to do, I'm actually going to group these two sets of drums together. So what I'm going to do, basically, I'm just going to highlight the two tracks. So we've got the first track with the drum loops, and then we got the other track with the drum rack. So holding my mouse with the shift, highlighting the two tracks, and I'm going to right click on it, and then where it says group tracks, I'm going to group the tracks together. All right. Okay, once you've got the drums at the levels that you want, and you actually want to change the volume of the entire set, you can actually use the group master channel here. Okay, makes it easy to control things later on, especially when it comes to the mastering and mixing the elements later on with all the different parts. The other great thing about grouping as well, you can actually, because what I normally do with drums anyway, is add a compressor just to kind of, just to make it sound tighter and just get them sounding even more together. All right. So to do that, I'm gonna go into my instruments. No, I'm gonna go into my audio effects, and then I like to use the glue compressor, which is here. So I'm going to drag and drop the glue compressor into the master group outputs. Okay. So as you can see, it's dropped down here, and I can play the track. So I'm just going to play around with the parameters. Okay, that sounds pretty good. Also, I like to put an EQ band on it. I'm going to bring in the EQ8, and I'm going to drag and drop it into the group master channel. And we might not need it, but it's good to have it there anyway. You know, we might need to maybe just add a little bit of extra low end on it, or maybe just bring in some of the high end of it. We'll see as we go along. As we create the track and we start adding more elements in, we'll know whether we need to add any more EQ or not, you know. Okay, so the other thing I want to do now is actually I want to rename the group. Okay, so this is our group set of drums. So if I click where it says group here, right click, rename, I'm gonna call this our drum set. Okay, enter, and okay, so that's it for now. I'm gonna see you on the other side.